Well, if you've ever thought about how to plan for your family at the end of life, a lot of people talk about setting up a trust, but maybe you don't know how to do that and planning for your estate. And that's why our next guest is here, because he's a pro in all things.
Yes.
Tim,
Welcome back,
good to
Tim.
see you.
Yeah, good to be
see
back.
you. Yeah, of course.
Thanks, guys.
So, Tim, does your firm help people that might be looking to do a little planning of the future, want to look maybe into putting together a will?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I've talked about my firm a little bit before. It's me and my father and my brother, and now Kelsey, who's been here before. Tim Sr. is the senior member of the firm, and he has a good long history in helping people plan for the future and figuring out how to put that together. And so most commonly we're talking about a will.
Yeah.
And we've all seen, the movies, like you might remember Knives Out. We've all seen the movies where there's the will reading and the family gets together.
Yes.
And the solemn moment where everyone's shocked at who got what. And
right.
So it's maybe not quite like that, but you'd be surprised. A lot of people sometimes are shocked. Okay. Putting together a will is a pretty important thing for anybody who wants to be able to know that what they want to have happen with their stuff is probably going to happen.
Yeah.
And an attorney can help you with that. We can help you with that. It is a piece of paper, but like most pieces of paper in the law, it has teeth, it has force. It is a formal document that just spells out what you would like to happen with your things when you die.
Sure.
And it has to be done in just the right way, and it has to be signed, and it has to be witnessed, and attorneys sometimes add things to a will to give them a little bit more strength. But yeah, the will is the basic document in your future planning arsenal.
Yeah, and I know Jackie talked about this when we opened the segment, but what about a trust?
So yeah,
something
trusts,
different, right?
Trusts are maybe a little bit more complicated than will. Also, just a piece of paper, a document, a few documents that we can put together, but it is a structure. And so let's say you have a will, and or somebody has a will and they pass away. One of the things that is designated in a will is the person who is going to be responsible for managing your affairs after you pass away.
Okay.
That person will go and hire an attorney, and the attorney will probate the will, which means you actually create a court case in probate. You create a legal structure. It's called an estate, so that you can distribute everything from the will and make sure the debts are paid and everybody gets what they're supposed to get. A trust is a way, among many other uses, to avoid probate.
Okay.
You can set up a trust during your life, and you can fund it while you're alive, or you can have a will that says how it's going to be funded when you pass away. It's called a pour-over will. So you say in your will who you want to get what, or instead you say you want it to go into the trust, and then when you pass away, the person that you have designated in your trust to do all of the work for the trust will actually do the legwork of transferring your house into the trust and your money into the trust, anything at all.
Sure.
So that's the end of life trust. It's called a testamentary trust, a trust that's created by a will. There's also, and this is very common, set up trust during your life. You put things in trust while you're alive.
This is a very tough subject, I know, to talk about. People just don't want to do it because I know for me, it made me very sad to even go through the process, but it's definitely needed, and so that's why you can contact Tim. There's info right there on your screen. Tim,
that's my info.
Always good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys too.
Yeah, you
Thanks
gave
a lot.
some meaning to why we need pros to help us.
Yeah, well,
sure.
and we're glad to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So thanks for having us.